how was Man with a Mission? I didn't speak for you. I was like, I'll let Ryan talk about it when come on this podcast. So what did
Right
you
on.
think?
Yeah, man. I'll just being straight honest here. After leaving, going to Bandmade again and having an amazing show, and then knowing they were going to be playing while I was in Chicago watching a different band, I was like, oh man, what am I doing here? I could have been there watching them again. And honestly, I didn't know much of Man with the Mission. I've only heard a few songs, and we decided to go because it's just not a common thing to have them here, and it was
Yeah.
for me, it was close. I was going to be flying. I could fly back in Chicago and just be there. So by the time we met up, I was kind of like, yeah, I guess we'll go.
It's
If
because
it's
we were having
bad,
we
it's
were
bad.
having
We can leave.
it's because we were also having a great conversation. We were just talking about music and stuff, and we're like, oh man,
Yeah,
I don't want to stop talking about music. We were just like having a good time, right? We're just like
yeah,
bullshitting, and then we're like, when it was time to go, and then I kept remembering about Nashville. Somebody offered us tickets to Nashville. I'm like, damn, I really want
yeah,
to see Bandmade live, but I'm like, we're here for Man with a Mission. We're already here. Let's go. You know,
yeah.
so
So yeah, expectations were low. So
really
maybe
low.
maybe that helped. But we went in and uh yeah, last time I was at House of Blues, the whole place was open and there was like these other bars you could go into and all that stuff was closed off. I'm like, oh man, that's kind of what made this place super cool. So we got ourselves a couple seats. There's like a bar on the side of the main floor where we sat there. And they came out and I don't know, dude, like within the first 20 seconds, we're both like, I'm in.
Yeah,
This is incredible, dude.
yeah.
Like it was so fast. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome.
And we even
Nice.
we even made the comment like it's kind of funny. We're like, would it be the same if it was just like a bunch of dudes up there singing those songs, or like did it really help with this wolf
Yeah.
mask? And I almost think it does. You
Yeah,
know,
I think so.
yeah, it
I mean,
really added to it. I don't know, just something about it was just like really, really amazing, and it was really
Never
entertaining.
never underestimate a good gimmick, man.
yeah.
People
But
Yeah.
people
the
talk about
music
gimmicks
was
like they're bad things, but they are awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Oh.
the music was great. They did a couple covers. They did AC/DC, Thunderstruck, and
Oh yeah.
then they did Smells Like Teen Spirit from Nirvana, which is cool because I've never been able to sing along with that
yeah,
live. You know what I mean? I never had seen anybody do it. Nobody, you don't see too many
Because
people
he hasn't
covering
seen
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
Yeah, well, you just can't. But you don't see many people covering it. But it was great.
Because nobody wants to play just two notes in a song.
I thought the way that they covered the Nirvana song was really fucking cool. Like Ryan said, it you could sing to this one, right? You're not yelling at they did it a very singing way, and there was like a 3-part harmony at one point, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fucking good. Like,
Yeah, that was really good, man.
yeah,
The
They
experience now.
changed the key.
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
was hard
know.
telling
I
them they
don't
had
know.
like 5 different guitars each, or probably 3 realistically. But yeah, they
yeah.
and then they did a Man with the Mission. Let's see here. If you don't know, they're out of Tokyo, formed in Shibuya, Tokyo, and 5 members: Stage Ains of Tokyo Tanaka, Gene Ken, Kamikaze Boy, DJ Santa Monica, and Spear Rib. All right, and for a cool thing they did was during how Bandmade takes a break and they just take a break on stage and we just watch them goof around. These guys made like I don't know, 20-minute film. I don't
Yeah,
even think
yeah,
it was-
yeah, yeah. It was about a 20-minute film or so,
And
and
they had an idea for the film, and it was Tokyo Tanaka and Spear Rib, I believe. And
yeah, Spear Rib.
I'm not going to explain it all, but there was drifting involved, and it was fun. It was super fun and kept us interested the whole time. People were cracking up laughing. It was very funny.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the cool thing was at the show, they're like, wow, like people in Japan didn't respond like you guys did. So that was interesting. They made that
Yeah.
comment because they were very like gracious of everyone being there. They said like it had doubled in size from the last time that they played here, which was cool to hear. So they were very thankful the entire time. He kept mentioning throughout the show.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that
nice.
was cool to hear. Dude, they had a fucking DJ, which I dig.
Yeah.
Mikoto pointed that out. I have a ton of respect for people who actually do live DJing. If you don't understand why, it's an instrument that, I mean, to me, it's way more complicated to try and play guitar. It's a crazy skill to have, but I know Alan really dug it too.
Yeah, because they added drums with it. Like the DJ was following the drummer. That was the most impressive thing I had seen. Maybe it's been done before, but I've never seen that before, where the DJ's actually following the drummer, which was fucking wild. I was like,
But usually,
what is going on?
DJ has the beat and everything that they're doing.
Yeah.
But
No, he was scratching to the drum beat. He was like literally following the drum beat, and then the drum beat would get faster and faster and faster, and then the DJ would go crazier and crazier on the turntables, and then he was starting to add all these sounds. So he took his arm and he's sitting there messing with the levers, introducing these other sounds. He's going back and forth with his hand, and he has his right hand. He's like doing it simultaneously, 2 different rhythms with both his hands, pretty much doing like a polyrhythm, right?
That's amazing.
And then while the drummer is just fucking going off like the entire time, it was really cool. And then they all, when they were done, they both bowed. They kind of like made it seem like the show was over with those two.
Was it that and then the movie? I can't remember what order it was.
I think it was, I don't know. Was
I
it
don't
that?
know.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was-
you're
it was
right.
just a
You're
cool
right.
show,
They
man.
did that, and we were like, is it over? Is it over? And then they brought down the screen, and it was a whole movie.
Yeah. It's just a cool show. They had one song where the Tokyo Tanaka came out with who was his guitar, and was it just him?
Yeah, it was a guitar, but they had a backup guitarist in the back, so I don't know
That's
if he
right,
gets
that's
named
right,
or not.
yeah.
But it's just a guitarist, DJ. It's 5 members: drummer, DJ, bassist, lead singer, and then the guitarist. And then they have like a rhythm guitarist. Man, when he did those, like, I guess you could call Rage Against the Machine kind of sounding songs, those were definitely like very nostalgic for me, and I fucking love those the best. But I really like their new song. Their new song was so good live.
Yeah.
For the Demon Slayer, that was like probably one of my favorite songs of the night. I wish I knew the names, guys. Ryan and I didn't really listen to a lot of it, so for us it was like new songs and new like live all at the same time, which I think was really cool to hear.
Yeah, it's kind of being introduced to music live is not the best way to get introduced to music, but having it sound so good. Like both shows, Bandmade and Nemophila were most of Bandmade shows were just overly loud, and Nemophila the sound was absolutely horrible and it was way too loud.
Yeah, agreed.
Bandmade this time on the 19th sounded great. I never wanted to like the only time I wanted to cover my ears during either of these shows was when the crowd was cheering. Like it was so loud. I was like, oh my God. But literally it was the best mixing I've heard,
Yeah.
especially for Bandmade. But yeah, Man with Mission was really good too.
Man with Mission was flawless mixing. Hey guys, thank you for watching. The Gaijin guys this year are really trying to up our game in the Japanese music news space, so we really rely on our Patreon supporters and our members over here on YouTube, so thank you so much. So if you guys can help, consider becoming a Patreon supporter or a member, and you also get exclusive group reactions from all of the guys. Stay awesome, everyone. See you in the next one. See you!